A few months ago, I read an article by Tim Anderson about the correlation matrix and how it's a really important tool for appraisers, but it's one that a lot of appraisers don't use, at least not explicitly. You might notice that things are correlated, and you probably already know that that may cause some issues. So, for example, if you have a set of comps and your larger comps are also on larger lots, so lot size and gross living area would be correlated in that data set. And that makes it really difficult to separate those two elements. So if you're trying to use techniques that are only using that data set in order to derive supported adjustments for lot size and gross living area, it's not going to work very well because they're correlated. So if you try to exclude gross living area as a consideration, you're just isolating lot size and price. Well, that gross living area that's correlated is going to exaggerate the impact of your larger lot. And same thing happens vice versa with your gross living area. So if you try to derive both of those adjustments from your data set without really understanding correlation, you're going to have a big problem. So with that said, I wanted to show you how to actually create this correlation matrix and take a look at it. So I'm just using ChatGPT here. So I've uploaded a CSV of some sales, and I'm asking ChatGPT to create a correlation matrix. And so let's let it do that. While it's doing that, I will show you that I also made one in Excel. So this is what the correlation matrix looks like in Excel. I essentially dropped in my data set right here, and here is the conclusion. So what you'll notice, let me get myself off of the screen. So the way this is set up is you have rows and columns, and you will have all of the variables on each. So you have bath full here and bath full here, and they're correlated at 1. That means they are perfectly correlated. Well, of course they are. They're the same variable in your data set. So you'll see ones tracking all the way down your data set. That's the way it's supposed to look. And so then we can look at other elements. So we can look at what is most highly correlated with price. So in this data set, gross living area, square feet is gross living area in this data set, that has the highest number. So correlation is going to be anywhere between -1 and +1. And those would be either perfectly positively correlated, which is my example I gave you, gross living area and lot size, or you could have perfectly negatively correlated, meaning that two elements worked in exactly the opposite direction. So that would be, maybe in your data set as your homes got smaller, they ended up having more garages for whatever reason. So that would be a negative correlation. As gross living area increases in your data set, garage count goes down. That would be a negative correlation. The data set I just grabbed here happens to have 0 negative correlations. Everything's a positive number. So what we do have is low correlation and high correlation. The closer to 1, the higher the correlation. The closer to 0, 0 is like no correlation at all. These things don't track together in any way, shape, or form. And so, so you can see in this data set, the lowest correlation is year built to lot size. Those didn't really track together at all. It's got a pretty low correlation. So that's what that looks like. So now we can see what the ChatGPT version, and here's the same matrix. So this matrix here has the same exact numbers that we just saw in Excel because it's calculated the same way. And so you can see that one I just pointed out, lot size and year built, that's 0.11. That's what I showed in my version. So it's asking me if I want a heat map. I already told it that I did. This is a ChatGPT issue. Sometimes it doesn't follow multi-step instructions. I'm just going to say, show me the heat map. And so I want to, there it is. And it's not really showing me in a very large format, but you can see it looks the exact same. It's even color coded the same way. And so that is how you can do it in ChatGPT or probably any other AI that can deal with data like that. That's a really nice little tool. I've got that Excel workbook that I made because I was going to consider incorporating that in other already completed workbooks that I have and things that I want to do. I thought maybe I might want to see that integrated there. But so far, how I use it day to day, if I'm wanting to look explicitly at the correlation matrix, I'll just do it in ChatGPT, just like you're seeing right here. And it can be really helpful to do that, especially if you're taking that data set and you're trying to, like I said, if you're trying to extract adjustments from that data set, knowing which elements are positively correlated, that would be really important. You're going to catch maybe exaggerations, or negative correlations can actually hide adjustments that are really there. But two elements may be working counter to one another. So that's a correlation matrix. And wherever I end up posting this, I will also post a link to Tim Anderson's article so you can get a little bit more background, because I sort of just skipped straight to, okay, how do you do it? So anyway, thanks for watching.